Okay, so when you're leaving the country, you're going to need to go to your local ward office that you went to register your address on your Zaire card, residence card or whatever. You're going to need to go back to that ward office, and then you're going to need to get a form which was similar to the one that you filled in before but a little bit different. So what you're going to want to do is you want to put your name in the top bar, and then underneath that I think it was like the address that you're staying in at the moment, and then after that the top box where it says about your address, that will be the address that you're going to. So whatever your address is in, well, wherever you're going, like England, Australia, wherever you're going to. The box underneath that is another address, which is the current address that you're staying in right now, so the address that you're living in Japan. So next to the addresses you're going to put the person in charge, so it could be like your parents' name, or wherever you're staying you're going to need to put that person's name or company or whatever in the box next to that address. And then on the one underneath, obviously you put your Japanese address where you're staying at that moment. Next to that you're going to need to put like, what was it Oak House, like what sort of residence you were, well, the person's name, sort of like the company of them who's providing you with the house, or it could be like your host family's name, anything like that. You also need to go and put above the addresses that you've just put, so you have the address you're staying at the moment, and then underneath that you've got dates and stuff. After that you've got where you're going to, so like England address or whatever. After that you've got where you're staying at the moment. On the date part you're going to need to put the date that you've submitted the form in, and then one next to that is the date that you're leaving the country. You're also going to want to put like your date of birth, which is I think it was on the right side, there was a box where you put your date of birth, and then a little bit further down on that you're going to put what gender you are and whatnot. So you're going to want to go to your ward office, do the ticket thing, get your ticket out, wait for them to call you, bring that over. You're going to need the form that you've just filled out, and you're going to need your My Number card, which is like a green piece of paper thing. You want those two things with you, and your residence card, so you're going to need those three things with you, and then you're going to give that to the person. They're going to give you another like ticket thing, and then you're going to have to sit and wait again. And then when you come back, all you need to do is collect your things that you've just given them, so your My Number card and your residence card. They'll keep the piece of paper. So you're going to have those two things, and then they'll say to you, they then say something to you which is like, you don't need to do anything at the airport now, everything's done. You're basically clear to go, because obviously you've already booked your flight and everything anyway. But hopefully that's everything you need to do. I'll probably do a video of me once I get off the airplane, talk about anything else that was different or anything else that I needed to do or anything, so I'll take you to that one. Okay, so like I said in the previous bit of footage, that piece of form, that form that you had to fill out, that is what you need to do 2 weeks before you leave Japan. So like go to your own country or whatever. If you're at a school, or well in my case I'm at the school, so on the, what is it? Can't remember exactly, but you'll have to fill out another form from the school, which is like a similar form but not as official. So that form, it'll be like your name obviously, the date the school finishes, so your end of term thing, when your flight back to your country is or whatever, and when you're where you're going to be staying in England, your flight information, so like the flight ticket number thing and the time you depart Japan, just random things like that, your address that you're staying in at the moment in Japan, and obviously well, the address that you'll be going to, you'll also need to fill out on that as well. It's pretty straightforward, it's just like an easy sort of document, and if you're at a school they're pretty much explaining what it is. So like if you can't read a specific kanji, they'll tell you how it's said, and then they'll try and like make it a little easier for you to understand, or they could even use English or something. So that is the other thing that I need to say as well. So basically you have your school form to fill out, and you need to fill out that form from the ward office 2 weeks before you leave Japan. And that's it so far. Okay, so when you get to the airport, what you're going to need to do is you're going to want to have your passport and your residence card, Zaru card, whatever you want to call it. And my visa was only 6 months, but obviously on the piece of paper it says 1 year and 3 months. So I had to then tell the people at the airport that it was finished with, like I didn't need it anymore, I want to go back to England and stuff. So when you next go there, you're going to want to do that. So you're going to want to do that, and then they're going to like punch a hole through like your Zaru card and stuff, and then that is literally all there is left to do before you go back to your own country. It's pretty much straightforward. Good luck!